Why is there no PS Audio turntable? This comes to us from Chris in Hillsborough, New Jersey. Hey, Paul, thank you so much for your daily videos. My pleasure, sir. Between that, the podcasts, and Copper Magazine, it practically comprises a complete Rosetta Stone for audio. Oh my God, what is going on outside? Sorry. What are you going to do? The guy's got a frickin' chainsaw out there. All the beauty of being at home and making videos. Anyway, as I learn more and more about the PS Audio family of products, I notice that everything is primarily geared for the digital audio listener. Why no turntable in the lineup? I know you're getting ready to launch a great speaker lineup, but are there plans to engineer and develop a turntable in the future? If not, is it because it's not worth the expense of developing that technology? Or is it because there are too many good choices already on the market and there is not much room for profit? Or, I could do better with this. I'm going to go electronic one of these days. And I'm not trying to be snarky here, he says. Could it be because you think that analog and vinyl sound reproduction has gone about as far as it will ever go, and you don't think you can make any improvements in that technology? What say you, sir? Well, sir. I think there is always room for improvement in analog and in digital. One of the cool things about what we do at PS Audio, what we do in this industry, is moving forward every day. It's not like, what's a good example? Well, I always go to food. You know, I don't know that food has essentially gotten better over the years. In other words, you have chefs that grow up and they get to be a certain skill, and now they're amazing and they do all their amazing chef stuff. And then they go away and another chef comes up and he's not quite as good, and their skill levels get up and that. But food, you know, I'm sure there's, I don't think we could say that if we went back 100 years to a really fancy restaurant that we would have any better food than we would today. The ingredients are essentially the same and all that. But that's not true in audio. In audio, since the dawn of audio, we make progress day in and day out, so that a piece of gear from the 50s doesn't sound anywhere near as good as a piece of gear from the 60s or the 70s and on up into today. So every day we're making progress, which is really great. So I would never say that we're, here and we just got nowhere else to go. We keep going on. Specifically for turntables, well, we are, of course, we have the stellar phono, which is one hell of a phono stage. Darren Myers knocked that thing out of the park, all discreet. Everything he knew about phono stages was going into it. And now he's working on the next phono stage, which will be a step up from that, the perfect wave. Bascom King is working on the BHK phono stage, which will be a step up from that. So now we're very much into analog. But turntables, specifically, we have talked a lot about making a sprout table to where we could bring high value to customers who want to have PS Audio products in their home and want to have a PS Audio turntable. Because I believe we can bring some really great technology and ideas and value to that product. But that said, we are not turntable experts. So when I look at a product, I gotta look at it and say, do we have something to offer? We don't just make products to fill voids. In other words, we don't have a turntable. Do we have something to offer the world that the world didn't have before us in a certain area? In DACs? Hell yeah, we're setting the world on fire with DACs. Our new phono stage? You bet. Amps? You bet. Everything we do is bringing something that didn't exist and needed to exist into the world. And that's part of the reason we do it, because you take one of those products, you're gonna, I've never heard anything quite like that. That, I mean, it or for that price, you can't even get close. That's the PS Audio story. Bring high value to products that you just couldn't get anywhere else. Okay? At this point, I don't have anything to offer the world of turntables. Now, we're making speakers. Well, we started out with one of the world's best speaker designers, Arnie Nudell, until he passed away, sadly. And then as we wanted to continue, I hired one of the, if not the rocket scientist star of speakers, Chris Brunhaver. This guy is a walking encyclopedia and just a brilliant speaker designer. And yeah, we got a lot to say in speakers. Wait till you see and wait till you hear what we're going to do in speakers, because we have a lot to offer in terms of value, in terms of bringing something that does not exist in the world today to speakers. Turntables, until we have something to say, you probably won't see it unless it's going to be the high value product, which there, I think we can bring some really high value to that product and make people really happy. And that's cool. But that's what it is. Okay. Thanks for the question. I'll talk to you tomorrow.